Hello. Good evening, guys. Oh, well, good day, good afternoon, or good day, whatever time it is. Wow. What have you been talking about? MD. I better take down notes. I haven't started the mirror dungeon yet. Well, actually, I haven't finished uh the dungeon yet. Hello. Is the audio okay? Yes, good evening, King Ragnarok, a social moth, Ellie, of course, Garen, C86. Welcome, welcome. Mic is good, good. It's a little quiet. Okay. Yeah, I still haven't fixed that thing when the webcam was fighting for dominance with my mic. I had to remove the webcam. Let me let me up that a bit. Oh, okay. Is this better? I can put it much nearer. So how has your week been? We're on a Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, right? Have you guys been busy? Been chill? It's too hot. Yeah, I heard there's a heat wave, right? A heat wave coming. Been busy. Well, I hope you find time to rest. If you guys are busy, find time to rest. Reading. That's good. Hey, Patrick, good evening. Just in time. So we can chat for a bit. So I think the next stage for me uh is the last one. It said that Dongrang's time. So are we gonna fight Dongrang? My gosh. I took a leave. Hate work. Uh, that's adulting. Yeah, suspicious lurker. I'm almost done. I don't know how it's gonna be for me. That farmer will get what's coming to him. Actually, I was going to ask everyone. Um, I found I don't know. I found a copy of the cow. So I was intrigued by the cow because it kept coming up. So I tried to search for it. So as Yisang intended. Oh gosh. What farm? Is the in real life book by the in real life Dongrang. Yes. So I think when you search Yuchi Jin, you will see that the book is called Three Plays. One of it is the Earthen Hut or the Mud Hut, the Shack, which what's his name? The guy who jumped into the tears. Samjo, where Samjo is from. And the other one is called the Cow. Yeah, which appeared um in Dongrang's in Yisang's dungeon, which is related to Dongrang, right? So we have I forgot what the other one was, but one of those is the cow, which is really heavily referenced for him, and the other one is the shack where Samjo was. I actually read a bit of the shack, but it was cut off because it was a research paper and they didn't give all the indices out. But I read The Cow, but it wasn't translated. It was like Google translated, so I don't know how accurate that was. So, but I found the dialogues. I think I could share it with you guys if you want to have it translated. I can't do that though, since I don't speak Korean or read Korean. Samjo realized the quota for NC for the kanto was not filled yet. Oh my god. Shren did it before though. Uh, I wish I knew Korean. I feel like I'm missing a lot of context that the English articles don't cover on Aguinho. Yeah, I think so too. Sorry, guys, I have something to wake up early for tomorrow, so I'm going to leave and hope you have a fun stream. It was delightful chatting, however short. See ya. Yes, thank you for dropping by, Garen. Always a pleasure having you here. I wonder if Sanjo became more human than Cromer. Dang. He turned into the purest form of humanity. That's what Dorang said. I was actually questioning myself, what does he mean? PM is really good at in including references in their work. Yeah, I love how everything ties in. I'm still in awe at Samjo. Literally, no one asked him to do it. I know. I was just like, oh, and I was thinking, hey, Dongrang kept saying back off, but he couldn't get the hint. Samjo, please. Piantero, hi, yeah. There are a bunch of literature nerds that really wanted to make games. You know, literature and gaming, such an art form. Very underrated. Okay. Loyal to a fault, and I kind of respect him for that move. That's true, though. Don't do a flip. Yeah, but I mean, going through Canto 4 as slowly as I did, I, yeah, there's so much to digest for me. So I keep coming back to dialogues and stuff. Samjo bathwater joke. Oh, dear. But I was so sad. I got to the part where Gubo, oh, and the Ncorp reveal. Like, okay, they are working for Ncorp actually. And I was like, how does Gregor feel about this? Seeing his mother also, you know, um do that to a colleague of his. Like, Yisang and Gregor can bond over their trauma. 4.5 is still away. I wonder when that actually probably August, right? Like middle August. People who know the subject better than me have repeatedly told me how weirdly on point the Kabbalistic theming in LC is for this weird tiny Korean indie game, for example. That's probably one of their hyperfixations, right? So, when we hyperfixate for something, like not just hyperfixations, actually like genuine interest, you get to learn more about it. And I think that's really nice. The magic hell bus. Are we gonna be inside Arnold again? Gregor should have had more dialogue there. uh, Gubo really said, "Don't think I'll do it for you." Dang, that's true. A lot of games include literature references in their characters, but PM feels like they've actually read the books too. Yeah, I think, this is like a love letter. There are things that inspire us and we want to show that reverence. through something that we can create and give back. Oh, and it's a great way uh to also show your appreciation to that, because when you share it, a lot of people will look for the source or the reference of it, and yeah, a lot of them would find it. Like, I haven't read a lot of most of these, not most, but some of these. So it gives me like something new, and it makes me like it even more. Like Isang, for example, I haven't read much Korean literature. So when I found Isang through Limbus Company, he really grew on me. The beach episode. What? It's already next week? Dang, I have to finish. I have to finish soon. Song Dawn is tomorrow. Oh my god, good. You can get to spend time with her the whole day. I wonder how they'll do Ryoshu since her book is like 18 pages. But with a lot of stuff. Yeah. So that would be interesting to see. Dawn in Boots. I read Demian in preparation for Limbus, and I was very happy I did because that was a bit absurd and fun. Isn't that right? So when you're into something and it gives you like a reference or something new, yeah, you get to enjoy it like multiple times more. Yeah. All I remember is a square room in a square room. I was like, is this one to the power of two, one to the power of three? Because I couldn't understand what he was saying. Ah. Wait, but like Gubo is like the wife now. Oh my god. Yes, I'm more curious about how they will do Honglu because the work he came from is very long. Yeah, I haven't even gotten past the rock thing, so I don't know how I can actually digest it. But it would be nice to read like other forms of it, like maybe a summary, or even watch if there's a movie, or I read when I read Hell Screen, I also watched like an episode of something. I forgot what anime it was, but yeah, it was like only episode 12 of that anime is about Ryoshu. Not Ryoshu, about the Hell Screen. So yeah, it's nice to also check other shorter or more digestible forms of it. Okay. I didn't read The Stranger, but no, there are several lines of Merso really licking his girlfriend's chest. So that will be fun. Oh, so we know what kind of guy Merso is. Take notes. I think there's a Chinese show about Honglu story. Oh, that's good then. So we can check that out. Okay, so it's 10:13 p.m. I think we can start. Let me just open the game first. Actually, I finished Malkuth, I finished Yesod, and I finished Hod. So I suppressed those three. I think Ellie was asking Hod suppression when it's done. Maybe we can do Netzach. Um, there's the music we all know. Okay, let me. Because I used a different one for. Oh. I think we're going to read from the codex. Because I want to read the first ones from the abnormalities from my first run first. I changed my keyboard today, so it feels weird. Where was it? Oh, there we go. And hey, all right. Okay. Let me see. He's French. That's all we need to know about Saul. Corinne, 342. I can't wait for the trial. Okay, I think something exploded in my headphones. Okay, wait. Wait, what? Ellie is shocked. Nadzak is an easy one. Oh, okay. HOD score suppression upgrade is one of the best. Literally skips all stats to level 3. Yes, I was so happy. I think by the end of her suppression, I had 100 love points, and then I I finally filled. It was the first time I had my facility with all 5 members per team. I was so happy about that. Did you at least struggle during HOD's corporate training montage? Oh, that. Yeah. That was so sad though. Yes, the codex. So we need to get you a new model for Love Corp videos, but it's just empty. Oh my gosh. So King Ragnarok was giving me images on Twitter, and I thought it was like being wholesome, and then suddenly he turned all empty on me. And I was like, I tried my best to avoid him this time because there was almost like an unboxing of the containment where I almost got NT, and I said, oh my god, let's redo this. I don't want it anymore. Once is enough. How did you feel about the ignore? That was so painful. I was screaming, actually. And I was just like, why are you going to do this 3 times? There are so many good art, but I don't want to spam you. That's okay. You know, I miss a lot of things. And he's wholesome. He tells you he loves you. That's love bombing. Okay, so let's start. Let's see. We did finish up until the central command team the last time. So we're going to do the welfare first, because that's what I clicked open before I did Gebera. So from there, it was... what was it? It was the fetus. Where was the fetus? This one. Okay, the nameless fetus. Auntie is so toxic. Let's see. Are you guys ready? What does the fetus say? Was this aborted or something? Okay. Is the music okay? Is my voice not fighting for it? Okay. Oh, did we read NT before? I think not. Oh, we did, I think, right? Yeah, yeah, we did. Hmm. Because I think we finished the whole central team. Okay, it's fine. All right, let's do the nameless fetus. Okay. It takes the form of an unborn fetus. Its skin is covered in a muculous, sticky liquid. Small veins can be seen here and there. The abnormalities of normally bulged eyes are usually closed. It always seems unsatisfied, but what exactly it needs is undetermined. It has a great obsession with being fed, and if it is not fed regularly, its stress levels rise drastically. Once it reaches a certain level of stress, it cries out loudly in a way that mentally harms all who may be around it. This kid needs some Snickers, actually. Or this kid is me when I'm hungry. Nameless fetus, I'm baby, literally. The abnos have a specific order, so maybe some of the new ones are hiding between the old ones. Oh, okay. So, employee F2706. I've never seen it smile. It always seems to want something. But we can never fulfill its desire. I guess the reason why its cries are destructive, is because its unsatisfied needs are so strong. When I was a newbie here, one of my colleagues would tell me what exactly we fed it. I thought it was just some weird milk or something, like what other normal babies would eat up. It is a baby after all, underneath all that grossness. But that wasn't the case. It only eats human flesh. Dang. Can you believe it? To stop it from crying, we have to hold a drawing every so often. Do you know what that means? Oh, yes. I remember. This is what Yuri said, and I also experienced this. Especially when that reverberates, it becomes like a cloud of brown and red, and it's just unstoppable because you have no other choice but to feed your clerks. Yeetus the fetus. Fetus is playing gotcha with employees. Oh gosh, that's true. Drawing lots to choose which employees get sacked. Oh. Yeah, the brown reverberation. It was, in Philippine mythology, in Filipino folklore, we have something like this. We call it the tiyanak, and it is an unborn baby that, yeah, eats people basically. Yeah, it is nasty. It is one of my horror, um one of my movie fears is having a fetus, or like a tiyanak, we call it, because I watched a movie when I was younger, like probably 9 years old, and that tiyanak came along, and then it traumatized me for the rest of my life. Usually the tiyanak though is like an aborted baby, and it would seek the love of its mother. So it would still find ways to go to its mother, but if the mother rejects the tiyanak, then the tiyanak will eat or kill the mother. Remember when you thought doomsday clocks sacrifices were abhorrent? Welcome to the OG. Yeah, at least for doomsday clock I can sacrifice a wooden clay or a clay doll. Yeah. Okay. Excerpt from a terminated observation log. When I first heard that the nameless fetus had to be fed, I thought we'd have to give it food, with a spoon or something. It looked too weak to do anything, and its mouth isn't fully developed either. Later, when I found out that it ate meat, I thought it'd have to be chewed up by someone first, so it would be soft enough to eat. Well, babies don't have teeth, I guess. When I asked my working buddy about it, he laughed and said, "No way, that's ridiculous. We just need to leave the food in the unit and go." I still thought about how in the world that fetus could eat stuff. I wondered if we served it some kind of succulent steak that's not even available to us in the cafeteria. Wow. Very expensive diet. I mean, very demanding diet, this one. Out of curiosity, I decided to sneak a peek at the feeding process of the nameless fetus. Only level 3 and up employees are assigned to that process, but I was able to attend because I made up an excuse that I was covering for someone. Dude! As I nervously watched, wondering if my life would be worth it, some people came along with large plastic bags. Does it eat that much? And when they opened the bags, I could only gape in horror. They were human corpses! And the baby ate it. How? I don't even want to imagine it. It had a large scar on its mouth, on its stomach. I really thought it was some kind of scar. Like a large flower, its stomach would open, dripping with slimy liquid. It was the greediest creature in the world. And that day onward, I was a vegetarian. Okay. Reminds me of that monster from The Witcher. Oh, I haven't watched The Witcher, but it's on my watch list for the longest time. We actually have a baby fetus ghost where hereabouts here too. Oh, what do they say about Myling? Is that Miling? Myling. Oh, I guess it's kind of the same, huh? I thought it would try to crawl back into the womb. For the Tianak, I'm actually not so sure. Let me see. I actually have a book of mythology. I plan to share this one. Like, I was going to make a content about the mythical creatures of the Philippines. Yeah, but... Oh, it's here. It's actually one of the first page. It's... Let's see. Yeah, they try to make themselves, appear like a real baby. And when a person would adopt them, they try to kill that person, basically. So, I'm not sure. It didn't say anything about going back to the stomach. Yeah. But that would be a nice, thing, because maybe their developmental cycle in the womb is not complete and they want to be complete. Village flashbacks. Dual reading, how skillful. And you know what? It's in Filipino and I am bad at reading Filipino. But I try to buy Filipino books more so that I can actually read. The Miling or Iteriko in my native Finnish essentially just bugs people to give it a proper burial. Oh, that's bittersweet. Since they are the ghost of unwanted children killed in secret. Yeah. Well, bless their souls. We always want to have a proper burial for people. That's the last shred of dignity we can, preserve for them. Okay. Excerpt from Employee's Diary. I'm Polly. I've worked for lobotomy for about a month now. My parents are really proud of me for getting to a wing like this, and all my friends are jealous of me. I still make a lot of mistakes, but someday I'll be as capable as my coworkers. There's a special employees only event held by our company. No one knows when or why this event is held. Even my coworker, who's been here for 5 years, doesn't seem to know. When the event starts, a giant roulette begins to spin. Everyone stops what they're doing and stare at the roulette and see who'll be the lucky winner, with desperate looks on their faces. The name of every single employee is written on that roulette. Whoever ends up being selected, they're extremely lucky. They'll be promoted and transferred to another branch of the company, headquarters. In addition, their family will be gifted with unimaginable fortune. Oh my god. Is this like insurance? It's like insurance. The person dies and the others get the benefit. At the headquarters, you don't have to worry about being attacked by abnormalities or need to bid farewell to your dead colleagues. My senior, Redacted, really hopes that they'll get picked eventually. You see, their father got into an accident one day, and it takes a lot of money to keep him well and alive. I really hope the roulette picks redacted someday. Dang. Be careful what you wish for. Uh, hmm. When my senior's name showed up on the roulette, I congratulated them with all my heart, though they didn't seem too happy for some reason. Others gave them a hug one by one. Oh, I think they know. Okay. Everyone was crying for some reason. They said goodbye to me, shedding tears while trying to force a smile. I haven't seen them since. I'm sure they're working under much better conditions with a really nice salary. But when I tried to bring them up in conversation, people stopped talking as if I've spoken some sort of taboo. I still remember the last thing they said to me before they left. One day you'll understand the meaning of desperation on their faces when the roulette spins. Ah, this is the statement that we get when we choose the containment. The manager holds the specific right to call a special event for all the employees in the facility without any cause for occasion. Even when the event starts, a giant roulette will spin and select one lucky employee's name. That employee will be promoted, transferred to a different branch, and their family will receive a yearly pension. No personnel are allowed to invade the manager's right to hold this event. The following information is forbidden to the public. Data access restricted. Data access restricted. The crying of nameless fetus has reached its peak. Okay. Gotcha. Fed to a baby ID. Oh. Oh, we might get something like that in the future, right? Or probably like an EGO. The lies of the wings. Indeed. I want. Let's freaking go. Uh, well, at least that's the sacrifice you gave for the sake of your coworkers and for the sake of your family. Some Joe's brother over there. Extremer things they want to win for their family, but at the same time, at what cost, right? So, the wings are evil. How come the U-Corp stasis box keeps my kebab so fresh? I don't think I've been there yet, so... Extortion. Did you mean Yuri? But Yuri came out alive. Yeah. So did the roulette gain sentience or something? Is that the Abnode that we fight in Limbus? Which one? The in Rhode in Kanto 2? I mean, Yuri was alive before she made it into Limbus, right? Like before she got work from Limbus. Kanto 1. Wow, I cannot remember anymore. I have pretty bad memory. The Doomsday Clock. Oh, you mean the Doomsday Clock? Did Yuri got fed into an Abno? Because Yuri was alive when Lobotomy Corporation went down, right? Or did she fight? Did she fight somebody for that in order to leave? I mean, yeah, she left her friend, but I didn't know that they had to fight for it. Or did I miss that? Yeah. Ah, the apple. Yes, the apple. So she got eaten by the apple, yeah. Oh, okay, the ending of Kanto 1. Yeah, I was a bit confused. Thank you for that. Okay. But yeah, so this is just so sad. I remember Hokma doing the letter. Oh gosh. Okay. The roulette will select an employee that satisfies one of the conditions below. Questions the true purpose of the company, conducts or plans unauthorized experiments with the abnormalities, maintains an excessive curiosity about abnormalities, and conducts or plans unauthorized observation on them. Dang, is incapable of working due to physical or psychological trauma. Okay, so if you are snooping around, if you yeah, are too curious, if you yeah, basically you're too curious for your own good and you cannot work. Mm-hmm. Unauthorized signifies that it is unauthorized by the corporation or Angela. Okay. The following actions will be taken with the employee selected by the roulette: expunging all records the company has about the employees, sacrificing the employee to the abnormality, informing the employee's family they have been transferred to another branch. That is so sad. Okay. Noise canceling headphones haven't been invented yet, I guess. And the EGO was a headset. If you are not on your best behavior, you may be in the lottery. Yeah. And the worst thing when I had this abnormality was that I had a queen bee with me. So the queen bee was below, the fetus was above it, and when it's crying, the queen bee would fart, and then the bees would come. Uh, okay, I really, yeah, this is just really creepy to me. The fetus. It's probably one of the, aside from my childhood trauma. Yeah, this is one of the creepiest that I think has been in my facility. Okay, the next one. Let's do the queen bee actually, because she's here. Okay. Okay, just wing things, health department. It's there to keep your facility the best at all times. Uh, Good thing I don't need to do that anymore. I got what I need from it. Okay, so let's read about the queen bee. What is your issue, queen? So its form appears to be an amalgamation of a gargantuan beehive and a bee. A cross section of the inside shows a darkish red surface with particles here and there, much like that of raw meat. The segment that appears to be the face is heavily distorted. It has wings, but they lost their intended function of flight. The one eye that remains relatively intact shows pupillary movement as if to watch for approaching intruders. The abnormality will always remain still, so it is assumed that it does not move, but it has those weird things coming out of her. When certain conditions are met, yeah, it releases spores. It will generate billions of spores within a 20-meter radius. The existence of life forms in its vicinity seem to be one of the key requirements. You know what? The bees are going extinct, they said, and this queen is single-handedly doing her job. She's keeping the bees alive. Okay. When it did, there was no immediate change in the employees who inhaled the spores, and no anomalous signs could be detected on the examinations that followed. One more time had passed, the employees experienced severe pain in their occipital lobe and abdomen. Then after a certain period of time, their head dislodged from their body, and a worker bee emerged from the separated body. Yes. Okay. It has been confirmed that the spores carry drone eggs and hatch inside a living host. Based on findings of an autopsy done on an employee killed by the abnormality, we believe that the larva will subsist on any portion of the body, be it blood, organs, or fat. It will move freely around the body at this stage. When it becomes too large to move, it creates a cocoon near the intestines. The host feels extreme hunger at this stage, eating much more than usual. This cocoon moves upwards through the body as it grows, damaging the arteries of the throat and the circothyroid with its jaw as it severs the host's head from the body. After this, it will emerge from the body, exacerbating the wound of the host further. Yep, being eaten up from the inside. Okay. Better to fully research the baby and then rewind the time. Yes. If only L Corp and K worked with K Corp and got those dismembered body parts from their soldiers for recycling. I wonder. I wonder how. But L Corp has an infinite loop of suffering as well, as Hokma said. This damn bee is my bane in my new playthrough after I lost my save. Yeah, it's so annoying, to be honest. I mean, it's easy, but it's so annoying. So, yeah. Not really. We need the emotions to get better results and energy. Yeah. L Corp does work with K Corp. They mention in Chess's upgrades flavor text. Oh, with the bullets, right? Because they have bullets here. Dante's notes are cool, and I like the Sinner write-ups of the abnos or distortions, but I would love to have these proper LC abno logs too. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was trying to find the log of the observation report for the boss, and I found it in a website because I was curious. Oh, some people are posting this. Where did this come from? So I tried looking for it in the game, but not. I just realized you can do that in the mirror dungeon, but then somebody compiled it in a website, so I'm going to check that out too. But I will read it for myself probably. Yeah, body horror. This is straight out of a Junji Ito manga. Okay, continuing. Excerpt from the counseling log. Redacted has been telling me about his itchy neck for a while. He complained about indigestion too. One time I saw him take a bunch of digestives. Who would have thought that it turned out to be such a serious issue? I never knew I'd be the one to witness that horrible moment. Omitted. Redacted and I were just chatting, but he suddenly stopped speaking. He was still scratching his neck. It was turning so red I was getting worried. Then his neck started to turn at such a strange angle. Right then and there, I realized the severity of the situation. There was no way he could have been putting his neck that way on his own. It looked like someone was forcefully twisting his neck. Then I heard a zip, like the noise of shredding paper, a foreign sound of something tearing. His head fell to the floor. I heard a dull thud. Then, as if enough hadn't happened already, something began to crawl out of his neck, just like a butterfly emerging from a cocoon, tearing apart his headless body. The wings, the yellow trunk, the teeth that gnawed away his body. It's something I'd never want to see again. A being I'd hate to describe as something alive. Dang. Omitted. It seemed to be aware of me somehow, but it looked like it didn't have any reason to attack at that moment. I picked up his cranium and flew away like a drone carrying honey. It. Okay, not I. Oh my god, I was like thinking, you pick up the dead skull of your best friend. Okay. I can still hear the sound of its jaw rattling and its wings beating. Bang. Worker bee. Its appearance is clearly different from the queen bees, other than its color. It is capable of flight, but can only hover above 1 meter. About 1 meter above the ground. It lacks antennae or eyes, a long appendage that appears to be an intestine drags behind its rear on the floor. Worker bees show only 2 forms of behavior: delivering nutrients to the queen and proliferating. Upon encountering an employee, it uses its jaw to crush their head and then proceeds to inject a pupa into their body. Yeah. Zombie apocalypse. Funny how you can tank the spores if you have enough health. Yeah. They're easy, but just annoying to deal with. And it slows down your healing as well. So even if you're like in the main lobby, main hall, it still keeps going. The clerks, yeah, it's the clerks. Yeah. This one is actually pretty nice when you look at it in the facility. So I really like looking at it. But then it's just no. Good thing I finished it actually. Let me see. Yeah, and it gives us a pretty good EGO too. Okay. Next one. We have Rodolta. I had Rodolta over there. Here she is. So, Rodolta of the Sleigh. So when I got this, I was like, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. uh, like acting like the Grinch. Okay, an old card attached to the abnormality. Merry Christmas! Santa rushes along the night sky to deliver presents to happy kids who don't cry. Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, shines his nose so bright through the fog while tugging along a sleigh full of presents, guiding it along tonight. Every happy kid around the world deserves a present. From afar, the abnormality resembles Santa Claus atop his sleigh, but upon closer inspection, it is completely different from its description in common folklore. Contrary to the titular character Rudolph, the sleigh drags the reindeer along. Yeah, we've seen that. We've observed the three different portions of the abnormality separately. Rudolph, an organic entity. Oh, so it's really Rudolph then. Okay. Colors of green, red, and white that appears to be a horse or a deer. Its muscles do not seem to move, but many of our staff reported movement in the eyes. Some even say they've made eye contact with it. There's a 30-centimeter diameter hole in its abdomen. Armed employees later reported that the hole was empty. Is this a hollow? Santa, a mysterious and transparent organic entity on top of Rudolph. It is full of what it seems to be human organs, all of which function normally. The sleigh. The size is similar to that of a child's. The plating looks like organic skin, and there are white runners attached to the bottom. The accessories of the sleigh are replaced with stiff, severed hands. Unknown objects are carefully wrapped in gifts. Many employees tried to open these gifts but failed. Rumor has it that they can only be opened on Christmas Day. These three elements are crudely sewn together. Dr. Blank suggested that all three parts may be made from a single body. All three parts may be made from a single body. Whoever made this thing must have a great hatred for Christmas. Well, that or they've never seen Santa Claus. Yes. This is probably Cromer. I remember Cromer like being all Christmassy in Canto 3. Queen of Hatred. Hey, Phoenix. I just woke up and see more Abnologues. Did she do Queenie yet? No, not Queenie yet. We still have 4 more before Queenie, I think. Yeah. When you are on the Nautilus, sometimes that's true. Santa Claus. I love that. Yeah, you know, somebody never received a Christmas present and then turned into this. Okay. Next is the tool, which was this one. It breaks the old faith and promise. It breaks the EGO, which is so sad. Okay, so log. A mysterious marble, which hangs in the containment unit. Utilize the abnormality to fortify an EGO weapon. This will consume a small amount of the facility's currently collected energy. We know of an ancient practice, the countless promises that were made, and the unending faith placed in them. The fortified weapon will have a higher power attack. However, all that they yielded was only hollowness and betrayal. However, there is a possibility of losing the EGO in the fortification process. Yeah, I was so surprised when I said, like, where is my weapon? And then it's gone. Those betrayed hearts sank into the depths. Oh, this is the flavor text when we choose it. So slowly forgotten in the ever-lengthening corridors of time. The fortified weapon will lose the abnormality's power after the day has passed. If you make an attempt with an austere heart devoid of desire or expectation, however, you may receive an unexpected reward. Okay. Rodolta Christmas event for limits. What about the Burbs? Yeah, I haven't read Long Burb yet. The literal gacha abnormality, the original ego gacha. Happy Dance Simulator. This one is great to get happy gifts, yeah. The Delta Wave music, real good to keep in the background during commute. Yeah, I really like this as well. So I think I said it the first time I opened Lobotomy Corp. I was like, okay, my brain is happy. This is trying to compensate for all the horrors I've experienced. Ali, have a safe trip. Abno flavor text is so cool and ominous. Then you have Here Comes a Magical Girl. Yeah, you'll never know what you get. Okay, so next we go to Gebera, which is the disciplinary team. The first one that we have was Queen, the Queen. Not Queen, I mean... she's still a queen, the Ice Queen. Where is she? Where are you? Oh, here you are. Okay. Old Faith and Promise is literally a joke about this one Korean game where you could lose your items if you fail at crafting. Oh, wow. Right? They turned it into this. That's a nod. The more innocent the flavor text is, the more death it will cost. That's true. All Abnos are queens. Definitely. Okay. So we have the Snow Queen. You told me, I think the last reading stream we did, you told me to read the last part, and yeah. Let's read it from the beginning. A queen lives alone in the frosty winter forest. Like how every story starts, Kai was a child with a kind heart. When the shards of a mirror made by an evil fairy were scattered on everyone's heart, Kai began to see the things he didn't want to see or need to see. He left the small village he grew up in. In an unforgiving blizzard, Kai met the Snow Queen. So, I know this is a fairy tale. I think Hans Christian again, right? And you know, in Genshin, it was speculated that this is the story of Kaya. So, yeah, that's cool to see the resemblance. He became curious of the world beyond his knowledge. He felt as though everything he knew amounted to so little. The snow palace he reached was so cold, but the Snow Queen's kiss froze his heart. And he couldn't feel the cold anymore. There was no joy in the palace, only the long winter night. Gerda was strong enough to remain unpierced by the mirror, and brave enough to go on a journey to rescue Kai, so she set off towards the snow palace. The journey was agonizing. Gerda was hurt and pained. Sometimes she cried. However, eventually Gerda met Kai. Spring arrived with blossoming roses. Its warmth melted the Snow Queen's palace, and a piece of mirror in Kai's heart evaporated without a trace. Whoa. Then left alone, the Snow Queen blank. What happened? Okay. Here it is. I remember the day we put her in the cryo coffin with our own hands. At some point, her joyous laughter was gone. She just cycled through laughing and crying, and eventually she was found in a bathtub soaked in red, with her wrists cut. We did not believe in death. I will have her reconstructed from the machines I have detested for my entire life. but have become the only one answer. She would have been disgusted by me for this, dying in that bathtub. However, we were too far down the road filled with remorse and regret to fear any sort of guilt. And one day, it spoke to me. I remembered you. You were a kind-hearted person. That moment I heard it, I was seized by the urge to destroy what I created with my own hands. Dang. Okay, so I was speculating that what happened to Carmen? Like was her body in a tube or something, and I was right. Okay. Yeah, but I didn't know what happened to her. So she almost died of like hypovolemic shock? Is that what you call it? When you lose too much blood? Right? A's heart. Okay. At first, I thought this was a random connection. Then I realized, yeah, that just juxtaposition between kind-hearted and the next line. Yeah, A's heart froze. Yeah, and this is why, yeah, like he didn't give Angela any time of the day. So, yeah, let me drink first. Ouch. So is Carmen just still in that cryogenic thing? There is another abnormality that gives more context to this log entry. Oh, I wonder what that is. Maybe we can find it out the more we go into the stories. The things we do for love and the consequences of our actions. Exactly. Right? Like, you know, he said she would have been disgusted by me for this. Dying in that bathtub. Turns out making a robot based on your dead girlfriend is a very, very bad idea. Okay, we'll stay quiet to avoid spoilers. Okay, I appreciate that. But yeah, this is just so sad, you know. I wasn't exactly sure if they actually shared a relationship, but that A was just very in love with her. That's what I knew. So sad now. But like, A did so many atrocious things as well. So more to this the coming days. Romance in PMB like. Okay, so next one. Well, I have Judgment Bird is next. I also have him now in my facility. Good thing. It's a WoW, but the Justicia is an Aleph weapon and suit. That's good. Long Boy. Yeah, I like calling him Longbird rather than Judgment Bird. Okay. A bird that used to be the judge, that used to judge the living in the dark forests, carrying around an unbalanced scale. The scale always tilts in the same direction, but it doesn't know this as its eyes are covered. Or perhaps it's turning a blind eye to the truth. Oh. Okay. In fact, the bird was once an even-handed justiciar. Its scale would never neglect the way of even the smallest sin. This one is the flavor text. The longbird made a scale that was capable of weighing any sin to maintain the peace of the forest. At one point, the bird's eyes could see through anything. The eyes shone brilliantly, burning like the stars in the night sky. But it gave its eyes to the big bird in order to protect the forest. Oh! Is that the yellow ones? But the big bird has so many eyes. Now only the void fills its eye sockets. The bandage is in tatters, like it could tear off at any second. The bird's face was once covered in gleaming feathers, but they fell out as it spent too much time without the sunlight. All that remains is the unjust scale. The Longbird continues on, doling out judgment. I actually didn't notice that one of it is, like, I mean, the scales are skewed. Pretty ironic that the name is Judgment Bird. Do you have the complete set? No, I purposefully avoided the small bird. Longbird entry will be updated as soon as you get more. Oh, yeah, then it becomes Judgment Bird. I actually like this one. This is one of my favorites. It just looks like, you know, it's just there in its corner. You just give it attachment, a work, and it's fine. But everything is common to this, I think. But I do, yeah. Oh, it's actually a blow with repression. Okay. But yeah, I do attachment work with this most of the time. I love that it's just normal and then bad. So he is also very good at running. I posted a video earlier. Uh, they have a very clear conceptual identity. The next one is the spiders. Spider Bud, where are you? Here. Okay. Here it is. It's advisable to collect all 3 birds in the same facility. You cannot trick me anymore. I know what happens. Everyone's first experience with a long boy. Let's see what this guy does. Oh, holy shit, pale damage. Yeah, I can only dedicate one person to them, and it's the person wearing the hostesha. I need more fan art of this guy, though, of Longboy. Give me some Longboy fan art. It's not really a trick, actually. You will need good agents to deal with it, though. But the rewards are so worth it. Oh my god, now I'm tempted, but... but I'm scared. I'm a coward, chat. You know that I'm a coward, right? Okay. So we have Spider Bud. An abnormality that takes the form of a giant spider guarding its domain in darkness. It's difficult to see the abnormality with bare eyes. Small spiderlings skitter around the floor. Our proud employee Peter entered the abnormality containment one day. When he shone the flashlight on the floor, small little spiders skittered away from the light. When Peter squashed one of the spiderlings by accident, a giant spider descended from the ceiling. Peter was dragged to the ceiling in only a moment. The cocoon employee hanging off the ceiling of the containment unit will be a healthy meal for the spider's offspring, dang. Unsurprisingly, not a single employee volunteered to retrieve the corpse of their cocoon colleague. Oh boy. Spider Bud will now be forever a trigger for long hair Ryoshu. Yeah, I'm still sad that I didn't get it, but I'm saving my boxes for it. Because I when it's gacha, I'm prioritizing when I pull, I'm prioritizing the identities, so that by the end of the season, I'll see which ones I didn't get, and if I have enough for the EGOs. Botin del Diablo, hi, welcome. We are reading Abnormality Lore right now. So this is Spider Bud from my disciplinary team. Tiferet score suppression. Oh, I'm not looking forward to it. I don't know. But I have to face it. Best mom. Yeah, that's true. She feeds her children. Excerpt from the head of the welfare department's letter. Chesed? We do appreciate your suggestion. However, our own research indicates that your concerns are unlikely to be true. Furthermore, it is proven that the presence of a cocoon in the containment unit increases the Oh, okay. Energy output. For these reasons, we will not implement a rescue procedure for employees who are caught by spider bite, as it is against our interest. However, we will allocate more resources into researching this specimen in the future per your opinion. Please be advised that disrupting the atmosphere of our workspace by spreading unconfirmed rumors is against the code of conduct. And maybe even subject to penalties, including dismissal. Lobotomy always values the welfare and voices of its employees. Head of the Welfare Department Lobotomy Corporation. Does this sound like Chesed? It doesn't sound like Chesed. I don't know. Maybe he was forced to do this. Oh. But like he said, if there are things that we cannot help, then we can't help it. We just have to make things more comfortable for the others. It says head, not Sephira. Oh, but when we, for example, are you going to open my department today, manager? They introduce themselves as the head. Or am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe, right? Because the Nuggets actually have like titles, right? Like Gloomy Defender or City Hero, they have titles, so maybe, yeah. It is Chesed if you had completed his missions. I completed his missions, but not his suppression. Change Spider to manager and the Abno is now Gregory. Oh gosh. But yeah, okay. So there's an eerie rumor spreading among employees. It's not out of the ordinary for a rumor or two to spread in the company like this, but it is interesting that the number of alleged witnesses seem to multiply. The rumor says the following. Whispers can be heard in the containment unit at night. It was the voice of Alex who went missing a few days ago. They say the voice wept in horror, asking to be saved from the darkness. He's still alive, dang. Well, I mean, spider webs are just capturing, right? They don't suck anything out of them. So, yeah. You're eaten alive. Imagine that? Oh my god. No. Do you guys have... How do you feel about spiders? I think a lot of people are fearful of spiders. Are you scared of spiders? A social moth is not. They said I love spiders and webs. I keep 2 tarantulas. Wow. Spiders are cute, says Patrick. I love Spider-Man. Oh. I used to have... This is very bad. Like, now as an adult that I think of it, this is very bad. Like, we used to have spider fights. Me and my brother. Probably because he's a brother that he was into this, and I was like, oh, what's that? And then he taught me some spider stuff of putting them in like matchboxes and then trying to bet with other people whose spiders would win. It's pretty bad. But you don't realize that as a child. It's like cockfighting or bullfighting, but for kids. Soon, silly, but I let spiders in my room because I'm deadly afraid of moths. They hunt moths for me. Yeah, they're there to keep some insects that you find undesirable. Win-win. I usually leave them alone unless they're right above me on the ceiling. Oh, that is scary though. Like, it's really in your face. I woke up as a kid with a spider hanging like 5 centimeters from my face. Dang. Just the typical type of games. Yeah, just a very nostalgic thing about spiders for me. But I'm scared of big spiders though I don't do anything to them. I just like shoo them. You're fine where you are, just don't let me see you like that. Starmy, hello. We are currently reading we just finished reading Spider Bud's lore. Good mama, she feeds her kids. Okay, so the next one is the choo-choo. It's the train, express train to hell. When I was in high school, pre-pandemic, I sometimes drop ants into spider webs and watch them eat. Whoa. But that is nourishment for your pets. This train has traumatized me. Uh, Guess it's the train. A week ago, I went to sleep and the big brown spider in my room was on top of my pillow. I just picked her up and put her in the wall. Oh, that's nice. Thomas the Dank Engine. I can imagine the face is frowning. Uh, sir, your ticket. Let's see. We got our ticket. Let's board this train to hell. Okay. The booking clerk, who remains dauntingly quiet, sells tickets for a train with no final destination. There are no clocks to alert the arrival of times. Instead, there are some blinking lights. Every 30 seconds, the lights of the ticket booth will illuminate one by one. They will brighten up to 4, and when an employee receives a ticket from the clerk, the lights will reset. Yeah, this is also... You need to be attentive with this one. The first and second lights illuminate, your mind clears. The third light illuminates, your mind clears, and your wounds close. When a ticket is received within one illuminated light, the employee will slightly recover their HP and SP. The fourth light illuminates, the condition of every employee in every department improves when you hear the train's horn off in the distance. When a ticket is received with two illuminated lights, the employee will significantly recover HP and SP. When the time comes, the train will chug down the tracks and sound its mighty horn. There is no doubt that it will plunge through the endless tunnel while boarding the employees who have not taken a step back from the tracks. When a ticket is received with 3 illuminated lights, all employees within the department will recover HP and SP. When a ticket is received with 4 illuminated lights, all employees within the facility will recover HP and SP. Okay, so usually what number do you guys go into this facility? I would usually go at 4 or 3. Because I wait for it so that there's like an extension of time. The pain train. PM games are just the director processing train-based trauma of some sort. Oh my gosh. They might have very bad experiences with trains. Dante when angry. Can you? I can hear him in my head. I can hear them in my head. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I never got this until after I beaten day 50. Wow. Wow, lucky. Yeah, the micromanaging for this is just, yeah, very daunting, but it's good otherwise. Soon we'll enjoy Project Moonland and everybody gonna get a hug, I guess, from director Sunbay Reserve. Right? Imagine if there's a like a Ghibli, there's a Ghibli theme park, right? Imagine a PM theme park. If four lights have illuminated and another brightens to a glow, the train will cross through the facility and cause black damage to all employees who are caught in its path. After it has crossed, the booth's light will reset. And the train, like, is so surprising. It's like a jump scare. Ellie. Micromanagement is very good. I love it. I remember something again. Earlier when I was like in the cubic room, you know, um take your clocks out, and then Dante comes out from the dialogue. I was so I was just laughing a lot. I'm sorry, guys. I know those are small things. Those are puns, but puns are my favorite things, so I always laugh. The director's dream is a PM theme park. Sir, I will help fund that theme park, even if I have no money. even if getting a visa to South Korea is so problematic for Filipinos. Well, I mean, not problematic, but it's so difficult to get a South Korean visa. The true goal of the PM franchise is to make people read, Sasga director. Yes, I love that. Literacy, that's what we aim for. Literacy and a greater comprehension. When I got the funny train, I just resetted for another Abno. Yeah, sometimes, when you forget it, I forget it all the time. So I'm just thankful that the way the path is, the trajectory of its path is not within the facility. So most of the clerks don't die, or most of my nuggets. The football matches. Yeah, you mean the ones where Limbus won third place? King Ragnarok sent me the videos. Angeland. Good one. Dante is a huge dork. I love Dante a lot. If I could date anyone in Limbus company, it would be Dante. Honest. Gregor is like a pathetic big brother to me. I love him a lot, but if it's somebody I date, it's probably Dante. Director Sunbay got his own VTube channel and reads books on stream. Oh, really? Well, I wouldn't understand it though. It's Korean. But I would love to hear that. Oh, can you link us up? Botin del Diablo, can you link us up with that? That would be fun. The train is a sin. Yes, Limbus Company, third place in their debut, right? Not bad. It's amazing. A big part of the LobCorp gameplay loop is to learn which Abnos are the trap choices. Yeah. Excellent taste. I know, right? Dante. But the clock noises. That's okay. Every time I hear someone say Dante, I keep thinking of that sick headbutt goal. Wow. You've been conditioned. She says Dante, but we all know it's their shooter in her heart. He's from a different world. They are from the different worlds. We have mirror worlds. So maybe in one mirror world, there's one, and then another mirror world, we have Dante. The Longboy fan art has been delivered. Oh my god. I'll check that out later. Thank you. Okay. So, Express Train to Hell. I'm glad that I got you the first time. I never want to see you again. Okay. So, this time, lower side, Bina. Right? So, we got Queen actually. Queen of Hatred. Come on. Here's the magic girl. Yes, yes. I don't mind with the link. Yeah. Actually, guys, if you want to send me something like something, you can follow me on Twitter or you can message me actually. Um Defray, Ego, Dante. Oh my god, I would love that. Diwa and her harem of men with strange heads. Yeah, I don't know why. I like the ones without faces. I used to cosplay weird characters as well. Like I cosplayed Big Sister from BioShock before, and I made the head by myself. It's pretty nice doing that. So I have a thing for like humanoid, no face characters. I think they're just pretty interesting. El Filtro in both games. Damn you, Queenie, I didn't have execution bullets. Dating their shooty seems like a very specifically bad idea. Yeah, I like him as a character, probably as a bodyguard or a butler. Oh wait, their shooter could be the bodyguard and funeral could be the butler. I think that suits him more. An excuse to post ominous Abno quotes. Okay, I will read that in a while. Let's read Queen of Hatred. Here she is, our cutie. A humanoid abnormality that looks like it would go and fight villains for peace and justice at any moment. It is friendly toward every employee that is able to engage in casual conversation. It believes that it is a hero born to save the world and takes considerable pride in it. Oh my god, you know what? You know what I want to do? I want to make a fanfic with Queen of Hatred and Small Bird, Punishment Bird. A dynamic duo saving people. Superheroes. Aw, I would love that. Maybe one day I will. When it shows signs of anxiety or doubt while conversing with an employee, its appearance and personality will undergo an adverse change within 4 days, and it will display symptoms of dissociative disorders. Oh. The definition of a good and evil are mixed in its mind. Some people assume that when the abnormality's beliefs lead to a horrible doubt about the existence of evil, it will choose to become evil to negate that doubt. It's like becoming a self-fulfilling thing. All parameters will return to normal after the negative phase passes, and the abnormality will have no memory of the behavior it exhibited during that phase. Okay. Let's see. Bina with the Queen of Hatred. I wanted to say it fits, but Bina doesn't hate. She's just a professional. Wow. I haven't unlocked more of her dialogue, sadly. I think I actually did Hokma first before Bina. So, like of all the Abnos, that is the one you explicitly don't want to have as a loved one. I haven't read his lore, so we will read his lore and let's see what kind of of a demon He's lurking behind that shadowy face of his. Weird is cool. Yes. Black and white, hero and villain, love and hatred. Such a creature of binaries. She's always been, she's always will. That's not something even the likes of you can change. Such a shame, the world. Wow. Is that here? Or did you make that? It isn't so simple. She's never really had the temperance to handle when reality didn't match up with her expectations. So when she realizes there are no monsters left to fight, that simple war is over. And that the more complicated world, the world of adults, of shades of gray, takes over. Her love curdles into a pointless hate as she rails against something that cannot be defeated. Whoa. Fought or killed, and she throws a selfish tantrum as a result, breaking things haphazardly. Such a child. Well, break down the coping. Time to order a commission of Diwa surrounded by the funeral, their friends, and Dante. What? Plus Dawn. Love Corp's version of Dawn. Have you seen all the fan art of Dawn using Queen EGO? No! Oh my god! I need to find some of that. I wonder how many people got catfished by the Queen of Hatred promotions as a dating sim for Elsie, and the game is literally the other end of the spectrum. At least they don't have to what was that, like, grind. At least they don't have to grind a lot to get to get her stories. It was an April Fool video. As much as I love Queen of Hatred, King of Greed is my favorite magical girl because Klimt is one of my favorite painters. Oh, I think that one with the kiss. The gold one. That was it, right? I think I got it before, but I reset. Still remember the GIF of Queen dabbing. Ooh, some things like that there. No, that is all someone's fanfic. Okay. Oh, that was someone's fanfic, but I guess the implications, right? So, like, that's what Queen of Hatred also feels, because she has breakdowns and stuff. The great thing about fanfic is we can fill in the blanks. Oh, I think they're still quotes though, because they're quoting something from a source. While it's not from the game, it's still a quote from a fic. So yeah, and I think that's a pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty good quote actually. But I haven't finished reading it yet, so let's read. Where were we? I think here, right? This one. All parameters will return to normal after the negative phase passes, and the abnormality will have no memory of the behavior it exhibited during that phase. Okay, I've seen DID stuff that don't remember, and some DID that remember. So, okay. How are you feeling today? Good. The world is at peace and it's quiet around here. Peace is a great thing to have. It means there aren't any villains around, right? You're looking a little bit down today. Still fine. The world is peaceful and it's... Okay, the abnormality fell silent and did not wish to continue speaking. Are you alright? Why is it still so peaceful? You see, the whole purpose of my life is to defeat villains. It's as if the world is trying to say it doesn't need me. Really? Why is it still so peaceful? Oh, did I mention that I'm a magical girl? To keep the world's peace, I was born, but today it's quiet. So she's having an existential crisis. Okay. Uh, the abnormality continued to murmur incomprehensible words to itself. The abnormality endlessly mumbles to itself without even noticing the employee in its containment. The world can be divided into good and evil. I am on the side of justice. If I am on the side of good, then someone has to be on the side of evil. Without someone to play the villain, I can't exist. Then who is going to protect the world? Okay. This part of an audio recording obtained during the rampage on the date of redacted. The abnormality used a radio installed in the facility to call the emergency planning team. Continuous sobbing. This is the emergency planning team. Please identify yourself. I think I did this. I couldn't stop myself. It's my fault. I ruined everything. I betrayed the people who were kind to me. I don't remember why I did this. Could you elaborate on what happened? I don't know. They aren't moving. There's so much blood. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. 3 bodies were found in the abnormality's containment unit. The abnormality lost all memory of the incident afterward. I get it now. Why they said here, like, if there is no evil, she will become evil, like, to justify her existence. That is sad. Okay, where are we? Okay. Oh, guys, what are you doing? Okay, so it was actually nice of Junko Poster to share that quote, and it fits. It somehow fits the, the mental struggle of the queen of hatred. So, yeah, it's okay. They should have hired as a nugget to work. The other Abnos can be considered evil, and having her out as a fighter seemed better than becoming a giant snake. That's true. Although, the thing that would regulate her is if people were killed, right? So it's like, if there is violence inside the facility, then that makes her useful. Yeah. Project Moon has an old first YouTube channel, and there are a lot of old stuff of L Corp and the legacy version. Oh. Okay. The Lobotomy Academy video is super old. Oh, wow. I love that it's still archived. It's there. Okay. So, all right, we appreciate all kinds of art here, right? So, as a fanfic writer, I love it when people share quotes of my writings. So, I really appreciate that. Okay, the whole villains talk remind me of the Troubleshooter. Oh, what is that? Maybe it would be nice to check that out. What anxiety does to a gal. Okay, you've been talking a lot, guys. Let me catch up. Okay. Farming. Oh, dang. Kind of fucked up that this world where magical girls can exist and still a dystopia. Yeah. Oh, I would love to see the Dawn one, though. The King of Greed. I'm not sure if that was it, because I was not able to accumulate like enough e-boxes to unlock some things, but I did remember seeing something like The Kiss, like Gustav Klint's The Kiss, like the yellow marbly thing. I'm sad that I can't find the fan art of NT wearing a school uniform and carrying the dress and red to clash. What? To class. Oh my gosh. That would be cool. Maybe with enough oh, sometimes, you know, when they post fan art, they don't uh put any caption, so it's difficult to look for. Okay, so that's what Queen of Hatred is. All right. Okay, so the next one over here was Silent Orchestra. Okay. Merso Queen. That would be fun. Okay, an abnormality that loves art and tries to get the entire company to listen to its music. But the thing about this is, you only have to get normal range because the Clive counter lowers down if it's good or bad. And I was like, do you really want people to listen to your music? So you should be happy that it's good. The conductor not only corrects musical errors, but is also responsible for creating the best ensemble and taking command of the music. The conductor's skill can be determined within 5 minutes at the podium. The moment the conductor opens the score, the performers read the conductor's eyes, actions, and aura to see if the person is worthy to lead them. Without the understanding and harmony between them, the macroscopic significance contained in the score cannot be expressed. Therefore, an outstanding degree of influence, leadership, and eloquence are essential qualities for a conductor to have. Okay. First movement, calm and slow. The conductor begins to direct the apocalypse. Movements 2 through 4, cheerful and fast. Employees start to forget everything and show fervent adoration toward the symphony. The emotion soon turns into internal insanity, driving them to attack anyone near them. The orchestra gives impetus to the music, bringing the entire department to its demise. When all the performers have gathered, the music that no one can hear, but everyone can listen to, begins. Wow. Okay, the music shall perforate your entire being. Oh boy. Perforate. That word is traumatic to me. Okay. From Break and Ruin. In the most beautiful performance begins is one of my favorite Abno corps from Elcorp. Don't know why, but I just really like it. It is a good quote. Funeral Merso? Oh my gosh. If the result is good, all your energy plus tip. uh, it's referenced in every game. The capo. The thing about this one, I want to get it again because I did not get enough of the I didn't get enough of the e-boxes to get the gifts, which is sad. I never shared this to you guys, right? But I'm deaf, partially deaf in one ear. So that's why I said perforate is 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 a traumatic thing for me. Okay. So third movement. And then there's a fourth one. That's just orchestra needs to pay up. He keeps wasting the power bill. Okay, but yeah, when I first got this, it was like in the safety department. So I didn't know what to do with it. And I was so scared of it, so I reset. And then the last one I got it in Bina's team. So yeah, I tried to face it, and then okay, I realized that I could actually just leave the facility right? Just leave the team if it starts playing. I didn't have to be there, and just wait for it to finish its thing. So yeah. In safety. It fits in safety. uh, you know, first I had the well, my safety team was probably the scariest. It had yin and yang and the borrowing heaven. So I love how people always take SO as one of the strongest abnos in the setting. If he ever gets out into the city, it would be a disaster. Sure, NT and censored are nasty, but so SO effects would be instant. That's true. And long lasting. Hmm. Okay, so after that we had uh okay, I think the bunker first. The 27th of March, was it? No, it's not this. Ah, yeah, this first. The dimensional refraction variant, which is the opposite of the of uh of this one. So it's like not exactly opposite, but like they mirror each other. So yeah. Hmm. Okay, so dimensional refraction variant. I also like the weapon for this because it looks like this. So it's like it's nothing there. Want to beat bosses cheesily? Yeah, I'll look for the bunker later, but we can have this first. Dimensional refraction variant. It was a strange phenomenon. It was a phenomenon in and of itself. There was nothing within the unit that could be detected with the naked eye. Just like those who had made similar claims some time ago, just because something cannot be seen does not mean it does not exist. The containment unit's square length was XXX meters, and this is the cognitive range of the abnormality. The only advice that can be given is to remain cautious and aware of your surroundings. Breathing will become impossible within the range of the abnormality. The area will become a vacuum. Strictly speaking, the abnormality itself is the vacuum phenomenon. Just like eating the whole area. Okay. Record of the death of employee Chomsky. Noam Chomsky. Oh. The linguist Noam Chomsky. Okay. Uh, there was no way to confirm if the abnormality had left its containment unit or not. All of a sudden, Chomsky had stopped in the middle of the corridor and just stood there. The hallway was busy at the time, with many a person passing by, and of course, many of these people expressed their discomfort for having part of the hallway blocked. Then, all of a sudden, Chomsky's body suddenly rose over 3 meters into the air. Possession! His arms and legs were awkwardly stretched out as if he were being crucified. If his legs... Dude! Possession! This is a possession! Gosh, if his legs had been still on the ground, he might have looked as if he were performing in an elegant play or doing ballet. Everyone in the hallway stopped to look at him. Then Chomsky started to scream. He screamed like a madman who had witnessed something horrifying. Nobody knew what to do. Some of our employees attempted to pull Chomsky down by the legs. He didn't budge. After that, Chomsky stopped screaming. A short silence followed, and Chomsky opened his mouth, attempting to mutter something. The two employees who were trying to pull Chomsky down started to scream. Wait, it's like electricity being passed. Okay. Blood poured down from his body. Oh, okay. His arms and legs Oh dear. Oh, okay. Separated, leaving his limbless body floating in the air. All hell broke loose in the hallway and everybody began running. Okay, I thought like the two who tried to pull him down were also affected, but okay. Dang, he was dismembered. Hmm. I tried it once with a bunker and it did nothing for me. I don't remember what it was for actually. I think it was for SP. So, yeah. Bunker Battle Royale. Shom, the gnome. This sounds important, but IDK. BS, NT, and RM Royal Battle. DRV is more like an invisible walking Titan submarine. Oh dang, that news was all over. Yeah. Employee versus literally nothing. Literally nothing. Huh. I like to think First Trumpet was composed as a response to someone dying from DRV. Whoa. Right? Because sometimes it's just shocking, you never know. Somebody died. Imagine a small vacuum suddenly appear in your body. It would be quite painful. Yeah, sometimes they don't even notice it. They're just dead. Right? I think that's what happened with the Titan. They said it like the pressure is faster than the blink of an eye. So, yeah. How to recognize this abnormality is a matter that needs to be discussed further. Currently, we are researching ultraviolet technology may be able to detect the abnormality using the eyes of shrimp. Okay, but the performance so far has been far from satisfactory. For now, a good method is to have employees entering its containment unit bring a glass cup filled only halfway with water. They will need to place this cup on the floor while working. If the cup begins to slosh, threatening to spill over, the employee must stop working and leave the unit immediately. Okay. Wow. So this is pretty scary. Yeah. But I think it was easy to deal with because yeah, it was easy to deal with. Okay, let me see, guys. Let me read first. 1 millisecond. This is the one you can't detect unless you literally look for it. Yeah. Tension and tension and tension, and then Carl from the next department just collapses in on himself. Another day in LobCorp, right? It's quite shriveled. Sloshing, yeah. If the Nuggets had Logitech armor, they could survive DRV. Oh my god. Okay, so the next one I said was the bunker. So let's look for the bunker. Maybe it was not the bunker actually. It's not here. No. Right, it's not here. Oh, maybe I did not actually gain enough for it. Yeah, so we will move on to the next one, which is yeah. This guy. Okay. Look at him. He's so loved. I also have him in my facility now. because I had no choice, no other choice, and then I chose him. Okay, let's see. Der Freischütz. The devil ultimately wished for despair. For despair wears down the mind and drains one's will to go forward. When one feels there's nothing left to go for, their soul falls down to hell, the devil's domain. This is why the devil finds it more entertaining to watch people fall to despair, rather than to simply kill them. We describe it as selling one's soul to the devil. When a marksman received a gun from the devil proposed a childish contract. The last bullet would puncture the head of his beloved. The moment he heard that, he sought and shot all the people he loved. Dang. Then he told the devil, the magic bullet can truly hit anyone, just like you say. With the last bullet gone for good, the hunter traveled to numerous worlds. Sometimes he helped those in need or fought evil, but it was all done on impulse, not a gesture of goodwill or ideals. In one world, he was called a righteous hunter, while in another, he was a bloodstained gunman. One day, the marksman realized the devil no longer followed him. He pondered why. When he realized that his soul had already fallen to hell from the beginning, the contract had already been fulfilled, so the devil left. He became the devil. Oh yeah, the marksman, now a devil himself, continued to pull the trigger to gather the souls of others. Just as the devil said, the bullets will puncture anything you please, forever. Oh. He's very lonely. He must lead a lonely guy. He must be a lonely guy. Like a lonely life, having to kill everyone. Yeah, sounds like the Faust thing, actually. Simp. Are you planning on getting all the abnos? I would love to, but I will probably try to finish first day 50 before I go back to get all the others. Handsome devil, the more mild filter. Get down. She has her AirPods on. Well, I don't have AirPods, so okay. Probably wise to skip this one on the dating market. I'll hire him as a bodyguard. I want Faust to get his EGO because he is too from a German player legend about making a deal with the devil. What is with Germans making a deal with the devil? I can fix him, she says. Oh, you think I want to fix him? I don't plan to. You must be available. Oh, this has an abbreviation in Limbus, where it is an event in MD where you can get an EGO gift. I heard that it is in the mirrored, the hard ones, right? But I haven't opened those yet. They said funeral was there too. The locket EGO gift. 100% dissolution is required for the true ending, in case you didn't know. Oh. Well, yeah, that would be another run then. Okay. Made a deal with the devil, already saw the direction the devil wanted to giddy epic trick him with, so he skipped to the conclusion himself. Yeah. His only problem is being so based. Thankfully, you can get the true epilogue without redoing a day 50 run, but you can get it at any other day after finishing the game. Yeah. So we'll see where the abnormalities will take me. I think I am day 29 right now. So I have to suppress Yesod. Not Yesod, that's Zach. First. Okay, question guys. Would you sell your soul to the devil? And what would you sell it for? What would be the exchange for you? Like imagine you gain immortality, but then you have such a lonely life because other people will die. But for me, like if anything, even if not the devil or if just a wish, I would I wouldn't mind immortality, I think. There's so much to learn in the world. I can keep reading, I can keep exploring. I will never be bored for an eternity. Yeah, that's the question. If you want to sell your soul to the devil, what would you ask for? Because it's your bargain, right? I would sell my soul for this. And what is that? Starmy says yes. What are you going to sell your soul for, Starmy? If you don't mind me asking, of course. You can tell me it's a secret. Their Shuri is like a reverse isekai. Instead of dying and going to another world, he goes to another world and makes it die sometimes. He is the menace. What soul? I'm so poor, I don't even own one. We need to nourish that. if you want. My soul's market price not too good. But the devil doesn't care. All it needs is a soul. I'm not feeling the effort to try outsmarting a devil. Oh. I would 10 over 10 times choose immortality. Oh, me and Starmy are homies here, immortality homies. Like, I don't know. There's a fascination to me. That's why I like immortality stories, or like where there is a lonely immortal person, or there are like two immortal companions together just living normal lives, like a slice of life with what they do with their immortal lives. I think that's pretty nice. There's also a game that I played. There's Isaac Newton there, and he became a vampire. He became a vampire so that he could have like a longer life to continue his studies. And I'm like, yeah, there's so much knowledge in the world and I need more time. So whatever I want I can get with some effort. You can't tempt mediocrity. Immortality is always a trap choice. Heath death. Oh. When you are immortal and the sun explodes. This is like that fan art, I think. Not quite a fan art, but maybe an original art of something of a girl that the earth has already dead. She's floating in space. It is like 1,000,000 years already, and then the sun explodes. But at least you were there to see the end of the world. Immortality sounds boring. Removing fear of death from life kind of dampens the mood and makes things too trivial. That is what is happening in Limbus, they said, right? So when you don't have a fear of dying anymore, I would probably do that and wandering the world. I'd sell my soul for a pact where I take all the wicked souls with me into the infinite boiler room. Whoa. Ellie's like doing the ultimate sacrifice. I will sell my soul for immortality, except in my own simulated pocket dimension paradise world. There's usually a catch with immortality though. Yeah, but this time it's your soul. But yeah, and other things that come. Like, you know, you have to be punished eternally for something. Or that, imagine if you're an immortal and your health is not good. Like you're always sick but you're immortal. So I can't imagine that one though. If I want to be an immortal, I want to be healthy. So okay, maybe eternal youth over immortality. Yeah, this is exactly it, Chorin. So Starmy, the cool emoji. What if it's the Omega K scenario from SCP? Oh, I haven't played SCP. So he traveled to many worlds, firing his gun, his last remaining companion whenever he pleased. The bullets had no purpose other than to be fired. Morality had no part in where the bullet strike. Imagine if he wanted so bad to end the suffering that he, do it to himself. That would be okay. Mhm. To see and explore the world would be interesting. Yeah, and eternal youth is more specific than just immortality. So that's probably better. That's true. We there was a question before, like at what age, if this could be your age forever, what age would it be? So yeah, I think that's a really good one. Mm. Okay, personal paradise matrix is the best wish. It's the best thing to wish for from a genie. That's true. You get to design it yourself, right? Better in a space that you really like. So, immortal like that guy in JoJo in space. Cars? What is cars? I rather aim for Chim. What is Chim instead of immortality? CHIM? He stopped thinking, so that's that. Okay. Since it's a simulation, you can have all the things you want, and also you aren't hurting anyone, even if you choose to be a wizard with no sense of right and wrong or whatever. So you can, yeah, just be able to form that space whenever you want, and however you want it. I will sell someone's soul for 62 cents. Why that exact number? I'm reminded of a medic from TF2 who sold his soul for medical greatness. Then before dying, he surgically attached 8 other souls on himself so the devil can't get him. Wow. Okay. When he finally reached the epiphany that he had nothing left to aim for, that was then he realized that the devil wished for his despair, and that was when he reached the final. Okay, alright. So, Junko Poster shared a quote. Is that from a fic as well? Yeah, that's what I said. Like, imagine if he used it on himself. So, immortality, but you still have depression. Oh my god, not fun. Man just wanted to shoot things. What a cool dude. Yeah, he's a trigger happy. Sometimes I get surprised actually. Where did the shooting noise came from? The eject button. Could be like the curse of Elantris. You can't die or age, but your body is frozen in time, so it doesn't howl, so every bit of pain starts accumulating. Yeah, that would suck, right? Oh, Jim is an Elder Scrolls lore thing. Okay. SpongeBob reference. Okay. It's essentially your powers to warp reality as the player character. Ah, okay. Sleepwalking in the dream of reality so you can do anything without limits. I see. Okay. Oh, so yeah, the simulated world. And then if you could wish for that, you can have the life, any kind of life that you imagine within it. I see. Okay. Wow. So thanks for answering the question, guys. Very cool. Very interesting answers. Okay. So next one is, we actually had the little prince. Here he is. Oh. So I was surprised to see this one, that it was not the way I expected it. It's more like look at this though. I think it's more of the boababs. Is that what they said in the Little Prince? Like those. Demian looks weird. Yeah, I was expecting actually a person as the Little Prince, but so are the Little Prince theories about Demian actually making sense? Because that's what I noticed when he came down with the blue thing. So among the employees, it was originally referred to as the giant mushroom chunk. It does appear to be a gigantic mushroom, and it bears some semblance to mold as well. Overall, its appearance closely resembles fungi. It continuously releases spores into the air, visible to the naked eye. A majority of our employees are not fond of this abnormality. Few are broad-minded enough to favor working with some giant mushroom that fills up half a containment unit, spewing out unknown spores. They have dozens of other things to worry about, including other abnormalities to work with. As so few of our employees willingly volunteer to work with it, we could only record the most bare-bones information. Originally, we utilized a shift system to designate what abnormalities our staff were to work with. However, after the magical girl incident a few years ago, we began to give consideration to the opinions of our employees when assigning work. The abnormality produces motile microscopic airborne spores. They mostly proliferate by invading other organisms through their respiratory systems. It is difficult to notice the initial symptoms from this invasion because the only sensations are a light dyspnea and dry sandy throat. Thus, it is mandatory to wear a mask when working with this abnormality. Whoa, this is quite long. Okay. When an employee inhales enough spores, bizarre cysts begin to grow in their body and tissues will be eroded. Ultimately, they will become a dysmorphic creature whose original form is hardly noticeable. They will show hostility in this state, so they must be terminated on sight. Oh, we cannot shake that off like clicking. I caught the spores before, but I don't remember if I died. Some people say Demian is related to Blue Star. Read Princess Things carefully. You will see future references hidden within. El Director has a plan. Oh, okay. As a kid, I never liked El Principito, but as an adult, I love it. I get it moment. Yeah. Didn't know The Last of Us were in L Corp as well. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me drink. I think we only have 2 more because this is from the records unit. So, in the records unit we have Der Freischütz, then Little Prince, then Clouded Monk, and then the drawing. So we only have the drawing left and the Clouded Monk. Okay. Alright. There was this one guy who was awfully quiet. He was that guy who would glance sideways at us like some kind of fox. There's a fox in Little Prince too, as if he was expecting us to talk to him. One particular thing about him was that he would volunteer to work on with the mushroom chunk, an abnormality everyone loathed to visit. It was also disturbing that he would spend an unusually long time in its containment unit. Who knows what kind of monstrosity might have grown on his body? When we decided to call the abnormality the giant mushroom chunk among ourselves, the guy spoke up for the first time, saying he's the one who's seen it the most. He talked a lot of nonsense, like how it didn't deserve to be called a mushroom chunk. Everyone laughed at him. When we decided he finally had gone bonkers when he started saying stuff about how he became friends with a damn thing. I mean, it's common enough thing around here. Lots of stuff happens. One person is going insane isn't a big deal. We tried to give him a couple hints to take a psychiatric test, but he just gave us this condescending look like he knew something we didn't. A few days later, he kicked the bucket, as we all know. Did I mention that it was me who recognized him in that spare mold creature's carcass? The birthmark on his forehead! Okay, if we hadn't found that birthmark on the lump of spores, we'd never have guessed it was him. No one actually knew he had a birthmark except me, since, you know, no one in the department was friends with him. After becoming that monster, he just wandered around near the mushroom's containment unit. We tried to lure him somewhere less crowded because he was attacking everything in sight. but he wouldn't move more than 10 meters away from the chunk until he died. This is why we decided to rename the abnormality. Complex reasons, like pity for the guy who became friends with a mushroom of all things, and remembrance of his tragic death. Okay, so we can see that that mark, nothing specific, right? Coincidence? Okay, that could be Damian. Yeah. And the funny thing is, in The Little Prince, there was a fox, right? And the fox was saying, but you cannot tame me, right? If you want to tame me, you need to spend time with me. The same time every day, create a routine with me, make it a habit to come to me. And then I will learn to be friends with you. Kind of like that, right? But here, this is the person is the fox being tamed by the mushroom. Being manipulated in some sorts, maybe. It's interesting. Okay. To tell you the truth, he needed a friend. That's why he let himself get infected, going crazy in hallucinations, not knowing that he was turning into a monster. The mushroom, it tamed the poor bastard. Here it is. Simply to reproduce, it got Alex, whose name wasn't known by anyone. Okay. Alex's notes. The human mind is too fragile to visualize something in its truest form. Did you know that the mantis shrimp can see hundreds of colors that humans cannot? That simple fact is enough of an example to illustrate my point that it's detrimental to believe and judge everything by relying solely on what you see. Oh, and this quote is making me think of that popular quote, right? It's like, what is essential is invisible to the eye. I don't actually have many friends. Don't misunderstand me now. I don't want to make a friend. I choose not to make friends. It's not that I can't. It is because we don't understand each other. A person thinks of himself as a completely isolated entity, making it impossible to fully understand others. But ironically, an inherent instinct of mob psychology has survived over the course of our evolution. We repeatedly play a game of risk, walking a tightrope, vainly trying to understand each other while staying out of our territories. In fact, I was long done with this pointless game. I volunteered to observe the giant mushroom for a similar cause. No one wanted to get close to that abnormality. It must be because of some petty reason, such as how it looks disgusting to their eyes. The fact that its appearance was slightly alien wasn't going to stop me. In fact, I actually felt a bit superior when everyone seemed surprised when I said I would work with it. Omitted, the abnormality didn't show any notable activity. I recorded and observed the silence with patience. One day, after it spread powders of enchanting colors, I experienced a special change. I could perceive hyper-reality, a plane higher than reality. This was a hand he gave to me. I took it and was rewarded with the invitation to such a special place. It was something only I could achieve. He talked to me telepathically. Whoa. The spores make him high. Too smart for friends? Yeah, because that's a thing. Oh gosh. Okay, he welcomed me because I was the only one who could realize his essence. I had been imagining, yearning for the moment to converse through my mind, to be completely understood, the feeling of unification. It was so exhilarating, I could barely hide my joy. Omitted. I wanted to get closer to him. It feels like somehow this person is Sinclair, being enchanted by Demian. I wanted to be a part of him. I always thought of him. I wanted to belong to him and understand his world. Like a flower bud about to bloom, my mind was pervaded. I was being tamed little by little. Okay, excerpt of an audio record. This is a part of the footage caught by a surveillance camera in the containment unit. As the abnormality's spores completely obscured the visual feed, only the audio could be extracted. Judging from the content, Okay, from the content of the recorded conversation, we deemed it safe to assume that the abnormalities spores contain hallucinatory hallucinatory agents. Yeah, he was high. Okay. Because even after a thorough analysis of the audio record, no voice other than employees could be detected. But it was telepathic, of course. You wouldn't know. The employee infected by the spores suffered a severe state of frenzy before being shot down by another employee on the spot. No, I don't have any friends. Like I said before, I'm not fond of such contradictory relationships. At the very least, I think you could be my friend. The human language is too simple to illustrate this relationship, but I think we could settle on friends. Yes, I am your one and only friend. I shall accept you. My life has changed ever since I met you. I had been living my whole life feeling depressed, without a sense of purpose, without talking to anyone, just working all day. But you redeemed me, a person who abandoned oneself. Just like how I could perceive your true essence, you saw through mine. It is a truly rapturous experience. I'd like to understand you. I'd like to become a being like you and love you. I was born human, lived a tedious life, and might have kept doing so had it not been for you. I was so happy that I met you. Please remember me. Please remember the nameless flower that bloomed just for you. The rose! This is the rose! Okay. Even if this turns to be a curse, I will love this curse like a blessing. Ah, this is the flavored text. I will think about you to the day my mind collapses and crumbles. I will close my eyes thinking only of my soul friend who came from the faraway universe. After that, or afterward, a faint sound of air leaking from the abnormality could be heard before all fell silent. Wow. Wow. It was actually pretty good. Pretty long, but pretty good. Okay, so I don't know. Seeing more and more of Demian in it, actually. Yeah. Let's hope he had his pants on. Oh my gosh. Man, I wish humans were real. Jeez, kissing the mushroom. Dang. Okay. Yeah. I love the twist of it. What they did with the story. Okay. So we only have 2 left. And good because it's late as well. So we have the Clouded Monk. Whoa! Wow! Wow! This is pretty long. Okay. This is pretty long and my voice is hoarse already. Maybe we can do the drawing. Let me just check. And then I could add the Clouded Monk for the next time. Where's the drawing? Oh, I don't have it. I cannot find the drawing. You know that one when you draw something and then it will sketch your face? That's the tool I'm trying to look for. Yeah, it's not here. So maybe I did not use it enough. Yeah, the painting, it's the one that sketches you when you enter the facility. Dreaming Current. Yeah, okay, I cannot find it. Maybe I did not get to use it enough when I reset. That is so bad though. I was not able to do that. Okay. So that's the trick. If I ever do it again because it's not here, then maybe yeah, I can. I'll remember to do that, to have like a dedicated person on it. Okay. Okay, guys. So actually, because the Clouded Monk is too long, yeah, we can start with this one for the next time. The stories have been really good. Where will you be during random day Damien event? Right? Uh, yeah, so far from what we've read. Oh look! Red is actually next to the big bad wolf. And they're facing each other. My favorite for this one, probably Judgment Bird. I did not know it. I was given like more insight into his design. Do you like red? Yeah. Borrowing Heaven. Borrowing Heaven is pretty good. But for the reading session, like the ones that, yeah, the ones that I really liked tonight were Judgment Bird and Little Prince. Yeah, the Little Prince was pretty great. The Nameless Fetus is still creepy to me, right? Spider-Bud has been very good. Like you know, when he said, or when they said that the long bird gave the big bird its eyes, I'm like, wow. So it's like, yeah, I don't know, I just love him a lot. Yes, we read Borrowing Heaven the last time, right? I don't look away, just keep your eyes on it, contain it in your sight. Yeah, that is a hint to the work that we should do. I like Red and Wolf, also their portrait are connected. Yeah. So, oh wait, where? This is really cute, like matching icon with your bestie. She is another Abno related to the plot of lobotomy. So was she in the facility? What do you think is worse, Yin and Yang together or Borrowing Heaven and Schadenfreude together? I think Borrowing Heaven and Schadenfreude together, because you have to move away, but at the same time you have to look. Yin and Yang can be countered by not using Yin. So yeah. Oh, the Borrowing Heaven. Red is a furry hater. So the Borrowing Heaven is a part of it. Let's see. This reminds me of Icarus. I did talk about Icarus like around the day 30 plus. Yeah, so wow, we have been streaming for 2 hours and more, guys. So it's pretty late for the Sea Gang actually, and for everyone in this side of the world. Well, thank you very much for staying with me. Yes, we read the train earlier. I don't want to experience that again. the feeling of experiencing pleasure, joy, or self satisfaction from learning of or witnessing the troubles, failures, or humiliation of another. We are going to read Schadenfreude next time because he's in my facility right now. He, or it, rather. Okay, the three birds are watcher, judge, and executioner. Yeah. The bird, the big bird. The you mean the Exodia bird? No, but I have a new big bird actually. This one, the firebird. Okay, but I'm not gonna read the story yet, of course. So this one's pretty cool or hot. Yeah. Yes, thank you as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. No, I have not done the Exodia birds yet. I don't think I plan to, but maybe if I finish day 50, then I would try to collect the Exodia bird to see what they can do to me. Thank you guys. Yes, tomorrow is another day. Get some rest. And yeah, hoping that your day is just as well. Yes, have a good night. And I'll be posting some videos this week. Good night.